Okay, we're joined by Coach. Thank you for participating today. We'll now begin with an opening statement from Coach Kruger and then go to questions. Again, for the media, please use the raise hand function to indicate that you would like to ask a question. When you are called on for your question, please state your name and affiliation first. So, Coach, please go ahead and give us a brief opening statement, and then we'll go to questions.
Yeah, we thought after the second half, the first 20 minutes, I thought we bounced back a little bit. Gonzaga's good; they're really good. They cut hard, they move the ball well. Mark does a terrific job. A lot of guys that play unselfishly and play the game the right way, and thought we got a little better feel for the pace of things in second half, and cut into it a little bit. Couldn't quite get back to make them too nervous, but proud for our guys. Our guys had a great year. They battled and worked hard, and couldn't be more proud of a group. And disappointed, of course, right now, and we'll learn from it, move forward. But congratulations to the Zags and to Mark and his group.
Okay, our first question will come from Eric Bailey with the Tulsa World. Again, everyone, please identify yourself by name and affiliation. Eric, go ahead.
Eric Bailey, Tulsa World. Just Lon, it was 33-30 going to the last 5 minutes of the first half. Just how tough was that situation when they really kind of pulled away going into halftime?
Well, they did. They, like you say, first few minutes was, back and forth. Both teams scored pretty easily at that time. The last, like you say, 5 minutes of the first half, they widened it to 12, and we, again, they're good. They just keep the pressure on you. They keep coming at you, and if you turn it over, carelessly, or if you, take a shot that's, leads into transition for them, then they make you pay for it. That happened a couple of times, and again, we ended up fighting from behind the last 20 minutes.
Austin, you lost him during some critical moments in that first half with 2 fouls, but just his overall play and the way he was pretty resilient and didn't back down in the second half, is it just kind of resemble how he's been throughout his career at Oklahoma?
He was fantastic. Yeah, he just competes like crazy, and keeps going downhill and keeps working at it. And again, I thought he got his third foul fairly early in the second half. I thought he did a good job of playing through that. 2 fouls early in the first half, or midway in the first half, hurt him a little bit. But he got back in there and played well with the 2 fouls. But yeah, he had that type of year, and just terrific production, and competed like crazy.
Lon, I appreciate it. Thanks
You
for your
bet.
time.
Thank you.
Okay, our next question will come from Dean Blevins. Dean, go ahead. Dean, go ahead.
Coach, can you hear me?
I can. Yeah, can, Dean.
Okay, I'm sorry. Coach, when you look around, it was a great effort and all that, but it looks like inside, your two big guys, Brady, of course, one of them, looks like a combined, if I'm looking at it correctly, 5 points. Looks to be one of the areas, and the free throw disparity. What are your thoughts on those two things?
Yeah, they, their big guys keep pressure on you on the offensive end, and then when you go to the other end, Brady's had a terrific career. Obviously didn't make the shots today that he'd like to. And Kerr, I thought, did a great job protecting the rim. Not much on the offensive end in general, but those guys, they're two seniors that worked hard and appreciate their efforts. And again, wish they could have gone out on a little better note individually as well as the group. But what a great career Brady had, and Kerr's just gotten better and better, and we'll keep doing that.
And on the free throw disparity,
well, they're attacking.
Like most of the calls were good. Yeah.
Well, I didn't see the film or the replay, but yeah, they're attacking all the time. They keep the pressure on you, and they're getting downhill, and they put that pressure on you.
Our next question will come from Ryan Chapman with SI Sooners. Ryan, go ahead.
Hey, Lon. Ryan Chapman, SI Sooners. Can you just talk about, like, coming into the game, you said that you guys needed to work offensive possessions, get good shots, tons of passes deep into the clock. Did you feel like you did that well enough in the first half, even if the shots weren't always falling toward the end?
Well, like you said earlier, the first we started out shooting the ball well and getting good looks and making shots, and it's kind of back and forth there through the first 10, 12 minutes, and then they got away from us a little bit. Anytime that happens, you look back and we turned it over 9 times, I think, in the first half. You just can't afford to do that. I thought their pressure hurt us a little bit in terms of tempo and rhythm, three-quarter court, but just got to take a little better care of the ball than we did.
Thanks, Coach.
Our next question will come from Jenny Carlson with the Oklahoman. Jenny, go ahead.
Hey, Lon, when you look at the switches that Gonzaga made on Austin, seemed like they were throwing different defenders at him just to try to slow him down at any stretch, even Timmy playing him at one point. What did you see just how he was able to adjust and the respect, I guess, they were showing defensively against him?
Yeah, Austin's done that. He's got the ability to get into people's body and get to the paint and finish plays, and made a lot of tough shots today. And what was he, 11 for 17, I think, on the stat sheet. So yeah, he was aggressive and terrific. Again, he's a tough matchup, and he's had that type of year.
The fact that he was sitting on the bench there at the end when you took him and Elijah were out. He just looked like he had given everything. And, I think about so many guys that, their season's not going to end with a victory, but he ended with an empty tank, it seemed like. Is that one of those things that you were a player at one point? Is that one of those things that you kind of hold on to in moments like this?
No doubt. I mean, he left it all out there. That's what you want for each of your guys, and certainly he did that. He battled and did it fighting foul trouble a little bit, and he was just what a great year. What a great year he had, and certainly left it all out there today.
Thanks, Lon.
You bet.
Our next question will come from Joe Butner with the Norman Transcript. Joe, go ahead.
Yeah, Joe Bettner, Norman Transcript. Lon, you've mentioned so much about the fight that your team has had. It's been pretty rare that you've lost by double digits. Did you see that effort maybe culminate today, just as far as a team that didn't ever seem to quit on itself?
Yeah, this group was like that all year long. Again, most all the games were tight, as you know, in Big 12 play. But when we did get down, at times during the season, Big 12 year, they fought back. They got back into ball games. They had good runs, and even today, I thought they're midway in the second half to last 5 minutes. I thought they really scrapped to make it a ball game, and they've done that all year. So not surprised by that out of this group.
Our next question will come from Ryan Aber with the Oklahoman.
Yeah, Lon, first of all, real quick, I just wanted to clarify something in an answer you gave to Dean earlier, talking about Brady. Has he made up his mind over whether he's coming back or if he's done? Sounded like you were.
No, I haven't at all talked with any of them about that. No. We'll do that. We'll do that here in the next few days, week, and especially the seniors. We'll have a meeting with everyone, of course, but especially the seniors with the COVID rules and all that. We'll have those conversations.
Okay, just wanted to check.
Yeah, and nothing at all.
Early in the game, obviously, y'all had a lot of success offensively. When Austin picked up his second foul and you had to sit him for about 5 minutes, how much did that change the dynamic of what y'all were able to do early offensively? It seemed like it was hard to get that rhythm back even after he got back out there.
Austin had it going early, of course, and again, when he picked up his second foul, that's going to change things up a little bit. But that's part of the game. You have to make adjustments and as a group, get back into it. I thought Austin went back in with 2 in the first half and played those minutes pretty well. Again, it wasn't. It's not ever easy to play when you're concerned about that third foul. But Austin's a smart player. He's got a good feel for it.
Appreciate it, Lon.
You bet. Thank you.
Our next question will come from Austin Curtright with the OU Daily. Go ahead.
Hey, Lon, you obviously said they haven't decided if they're returning or not, but, just in case this is Austin's last ever game, could you reflect on his career and, how much he's meant to this team from, coming in as a transfer and becoming, one of the best players on the team?
Yeah, pretty much as we said earlier, just what a terrific competitor. Wants the ball in late game situations, wants to be at the line in late game situations, just an outstanding career. First team all conference, just got better and better from his redshirt year right through to the last ball game. So he's worked at it. He's earned it. He deserves it, and certainly just a terrific career.
Our next question will come from Josh Calloway, Sooners Wire. Go ahead.
Yeah, Lon, Josh Calloway, Sooners Wire. I was just wanting to ask about Alondis. Just obviously in a game where you don't have Davion Harmon and Brady only was able to get up the one shot. Just how important his minutes were in getting 15 points up for you, off the bench.
Yeah, Alondis was great. He's quick off the dribble. He's powerful at the rim. Did a good job. Did a really good job. Got in the paint for us. Finished some big plays. He played well.
Also, real quick about Kirk Queth. Obviously, didn't score a whole lot, but that he was blocking shots everywhere. Just thoughts on his night and how much of a presence he had defensively.
Yeah, that's what Kerr's done for us. Protected the rim and a little bit, inconsistent offensively in terms of scoring points. But his function out there is to do what he does well, and that's protect the rim and block shots and change shots. And he was a big key in that today.
Thank you, Coach.
You bet. Thank you.
We have time for two more. We'll go to Chuck Carlton from the Dallas Morning News. Go ahead. Chuck, go ahead.
Lon, you played in one of the toughest conferences in the country in the Big 12. I was just curious, you talked about Gonzaga just briefly, but how does Gonzaga, compare to some of the best teams you've seen, especially Baylor, which is obviously still alive in the tournament and a #1 seed as well?
Yeah, they're a special team. No question about that. Baylor is a special team. We had a really deep conference, obviously, but those two, through the course of the year, have separated themselves, and I think deservedly so, and correctly. I think both those guys are really good and special guys, and both coaches do a great job, and would be an interesting final game if it turns out that way, for sure.
And our final question will come from Garen Emig from the Tulsa World. Go ahead.
Lon, one more on Austin. Do you see a pro or NBA future for him? Have you had that? You have a vibe or a feedback even from personnel professionally that he's going to have a shot to be on a roster should he choose to go that route next year?
Yeah, people are inquiring a lot about Austin. Now, obviously, they've watched his career. They know he's got a special skill set. He's got a big point guard. In terms of size, can score, can distribute. He's definitely going to play somewhere, and hopefully it's in the NBA. But he's a guy that people are always asking about.
All right, Coach, thanks so much for your time today. We greatly appreciate it.
Thank you.
For the folks on the call, we will be joined momentarily by Austin Reeves. Again, please use this opportunity to raise your hand if you'd like to ask a question.
Oh, man, I look rough.
Okay, we're now joined by Austin Reeves, who scored a team-high 27 points today for the Sooners. Again, for the media, please use the raise hand function to indicate that you would like to ask a question. And we'll start our questions today with Eric Bailey from the Tulsa World. Go ahead.
Austin, you've been on campus for 3 years now. What are you going to remember the most about this year's team?
Really just the togetherness as a group. I felt like from day one, we really gelled well on the court, off the court. Really created a lot of special bonds with a lot of these guys.
As a senior, you're going to be afforded the opportunity to return. Have you made any decision on your future yet?
I can't really hear you. You keep breaking up a little bit.
As a senior, you've given the opportunity to return next season. Have you made any kind of decision on your future?
No. I really stay in the moment. Don't really think about tomorrow. Just stay in the day and try to make the best of that day. I haven't made any decisions about that. I hadn't thought about it. That's about it.
Appreciate it, Austin. Thanks for everything this season, man.
Thank you all.
Okay, our next question will come from Dean Blevins. Go ahead.
Yeah, Austin, congratulations on a terrific game. My question is, you got to be sick about not still being still in the tournament because you guys struggle so much down the stretch, and you saw today what you're capable of. Is that how you feel? Is this a team that if you feel you could have played better, of course you wouldn't have drawn the number one team in the country?
Yeah, for sure. We like you said, we kind of did it to ourselves down the stretch. In the regular season, we lost 4 or 5 or 3 or 4, whatever, and put ourselves in that situation. But on the other end of it, you got to beat really good teams anyway. You got to beat. I mean, shoot, if you want to win it all, you probably see them down the road. If you're a 2 seed, 3 seed, it don't really matter. The difference is we seen them in the second round, not the 4th round or whatever, something like that. I feel like I'm really proud of these guys. We did a lot of special things this year, and we just got beat today.
Our next question will come from Ryan Chapman with SI Sooners. Go ahead.
Hey, Austin, I was just going to ask, you picked up your third personal foul there with about 17 minutes left in the game. Was there any sense of having to be less aggressive for a little stretch there, knowing that you don't have Davion to come back in?
I mean, I just really you got it in the back of your head, but you still want to play the basketball game that coach wants and that you want to do. You don't really change to kind of counter that. You might do something just a little bit different, but you stay as aggressive as you was the first minute of the game, second minute of the game. No, that's about it.
Thanks, Austin.
Thank you.
Our next question will come from Jenny Carlson with the Oklahoman. Go ahead.
Hey, Austin, there's only one team that finishes this whole thing with a win, and obviously you guys losing today is disappointing, but the fact that you personally and really you guys had some great moments, the fact that you guys really did empty the tank, is there some satisfaction in that, or is that hard to even see after the season's ended like this?
It's hard to see right now, but a couple of days from now we'll I don't even know if it'll be a couple of days. You'll still probably be mad, but week, month down the road, you'll look back and you'll be like, well, damn, we really did some special things. And it's all about the relationships that you get to create with a lot of different guys. But right now, you got a bitter taste in your mouth. But one of these days, we'll look back and be like, yeah, we had a good year.
Okay, next question will come.
When Elijah fouls out and Coach takes. Oh.
Go ahead, Jenny.
Sorry. When Elijah fouls out and and Coach takes you and Elijah out, there in that huddle, I noticed that Juan allowed you guys to. I think you were saying some things. What was the essence of that message from you in that moment?
We was just talking about, basketball. That's about it. That'll really just stay in the group.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you.
Our next question will come from Joe Bettner with the Norman Transcript. Go ahead.
Well, Austin, I was actually going to ask you, you being the vocal leader of this team, anything you told this team before or after the game, just as far as, parting words on what could have been your last game and then what ultimately was your last game?
The message before the game was go give it everything you have. The message at halftime was we got 20 more minutes to make this not the last game for the season. After the game, you just tell everybody you're proud of each other, and that's really about it.
Are you? I'm curious. Just obviously you come out with a loss, but it seemed like you guys were locked in there at the beginning. I'm just wondering. Was there another level of being amped up for this kind of game and being able to come out like you did?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you're playing the number one team in the country, 27, 28, whatever, and they haven't lost a game all year. Really good basketball team. So you come out feeling some type of way. But I feel like we do that in every game, maybe just a little bit more today. We had a really good start in the basketball game, and then it just went on from there.
Thanks so much, Austin. Congrats on the season, man.
Thank you.
Our next question will come from Ryan Aber from Oklahoma. Go ahead.
Yeah, Austin, you touched on the start there. How did you feel about just the tempo of the game early? And did you feel like that was sustainable? And then also, what was that 5 minutes like for you on the bench watching things after you pick up the second foul?
The pace was up and down the first 4 minutes or so. I think it was 16, 14, something like that. So it's a high paced, and that's what they like to do. We was kind of trying to stay away from that, trying to stay away from them getting out in transition. If we could get out in transition, then it is what it is, and just make the right plays in transition. But trying to keep them out of transition that we didn't do a good job of. Another hit Timmy over the top for a layup, which was my fault. I wasn't back. And then the 5 minutes on the bench, the guys played well. I mean, in basketball, you take breaks, you get in foul trouble, stuff like that. So it's a next man up mentality, and we got a lot of guys on the team that are capable of competing and getting the results that we want, and they played really good.
Was it hard though to recapture things after you get back out there? Obviously, they changed some stuff up there on y'all, but
not really. You really just play to what they're doing. You can't get over aggressive and turn the ball over and do stuff like that. But you really just, I mean, it's basketball. You sit on the bench and you come back and you play in the game, and that's just really how it goes. So there wasn't really no difference.
Really appreciate it, Austin.
Thank you.
Austin Curtright from the OU Daily. Go ahead.
Hey, Austin Curtright, OU Daily. Just wanted to ask you, if this is your final game at OU, could you just reflect on the career you've had from transferring to Wichita State to becoming a first-team All Big 12 member and, being inquired by professional basketball teams? How important was it for you to make the decision to transfer to OU, and how has your career been from that aspect?
My career's been really good. Coming out of high school, nobody knew who I was, and now I say that people probably know who I am now. So it's a big thing. Coming to OU was a big decision as well. Was a really good decision as well. I just really got to give thanks to Coach Krug and the coaching staff and all the guys. They welcomed me with open arms, and like I said, I've had a really good time.
Thanks, Austin. Congrats on the year.
Thank you.
Our next question will come from Josh Calloway with Sooners Wire. Go ahead.
Yeah, Austin, just, this seemed like a really, chippy, intense game for a long stretch, especially right at the end there with, Elijah's foul and subs they didn't like too much. Just speak on the intensity of the game and the physicality of it relative to, I guess, other games you played throughout the year.
I mean, we played in the Big 12. The physicality was, about the same. So we're used to that kind of physical play. The foul down the stretch, probably looked worse than what it was. I felt like he was actually trying to go for the ball. One of my best friends on the team. He's not a dirty player. He isn't out there trying to hurt anybody, just to clear that up. But the refs call what the refs call. You can't change that, but he's not out there trying to hurt anybody, just to clear that up.
Okay, we have time for two more. Chuck Carlton from the Dallas Morning News. Go ahead, Chuck.
Yeah, Chuck Carlton, Dallas Morning News. I was curious. You guys are playing at an extremely high level in the second half, shooting the ball very well, and it's still hard making inroads into that Gonzaga lead. What makes them such a difficult matchup from what you saw today?
There was a couple things that it was on us. We gave up number of second chance opportunities. gave up a number of uncontested threes. So if we cut that down, get one of those offensive rebounds or defensive rebounds, and then start to break, the whole game can change. I know they got 2 in a row when it was a 10-point game. And if we get those and go make a bucket, it could change the game. It's a whole different game at that point. But we didn't. So it is what it is.
Okay, our final question will come from Garen Emig from the Tulsa World. Go ahead.
Yeah, Austin, what a weird, challenging season, with all the demands on you guys and everything you had to go through just to play ball. Better question to ask in another, week or so, I realize, but just in the moment, do you look back and say, thank God that's over with. I don't ever want to go through anything like that again, or do you take pride in sort of hanging in and being resilient with your dudes and pressing on?
Everybody in the nation that went through it, men, women, you're going through 3 COVID tests a week, waking up at 7 to get them, stuff like that. So you look back and you're just proud of the year that it has been. It's been a different year, of course, but it'll be a year that everybody looks back and remembers. You couldn't be a regular college student. For the people that are social and stuff like that, it was a different year. They really had to stay to themselves, stay within the group, the team, the coaching staff. So really just cherishing all those moments, all the little things that came from this year. Honestly, I mean, if it wasn't for that, you might have not have got those moments. The little things that I'm talking about. But you'll look back and be proud, and then probably look back and I mean, hopefully it's over with soon. So look back and then be like, damn, that was a big part of the year.
Yeah, congratulations, man, on your season and your career.
Thank y'all.
Okay, Austin, thanks so much for your time. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
That concludes the Oklahoma News Conference. A transcript of Coach Kruger's interview will be provided by ASAP Sports at ncaa.com/transcripts. A recording of this press conference will be available in the NCAA Digital Media Hub at www.ncaa.veritone.com. Thanks for joining us today.